that one.
This fear of emptiness begins to sink into my flesh. Like the last-minute realizations if I were some desperate captain, my ship slowly spiraling downward, receding endlessly into a depth of darkness from which I am terrified I may never return. My soul is given up, dropped to its knees, begging for an answer. Maybe that's why I was so quick to welcome you in once you were knocked on my door. It took me 2.5 long, confused breaths to realize what I was truly seeing, and then it hit me. I remember the first time you passed by my house at such a young age, and how you now return every day on your daily commute to a life full of optimistic dreams carried out, while in my fucked up little house on the prairie, I forced myself to look past each darkening sunset and reach for the next sunrise. Our opposing lives had never crossed paths, until now, until your car broke down on my street. See, the sweet sweat of nervousness on my palms could tell you that this was meant to be, but the left side of my brain remained full of logic, and on top of that, curiosity. What drove you to knock softly on my door? Was it that I had the most welcoming home on the block, or was there some other force drawing you closer to me like an invisible magnet of attraction? We were both surprised when I opened that door. It seemed different. I suddenly had the urge to know everything about you, like we had grown up as best friends and been separated at a pivotal time in our young lives. The only thing I know was a fact is that you took my breath away. And I had been counting seconds of silence that felt like everlasting days of first impressions. To you, I was a complete stranger. Like the existence of light before your slender fingers would flip the switch. But to me, you were that girl I always wondered about, and created childish dreams and what-ifs like a desperate easy-bake oven of emotion, always wanting everything to come out perfect, but needing to realize that sometimes things just aren't right. When I looked in your eyes, I could tell them more than just your car had broken down. What scared me was I saw myself in your eyes, more than just through the reflections of the glossy tears you were holding back. So I told myself that this wasn't like when I let other girls into my home to take whatever they wanted me, leaving me once again alone. This seemed different. That's what I told myself. The difference was you just stood at the door, not unconcerned with your daily life or your new car problems. You just stood there. And I thought this was something new. I thought this could be the change, the answer, until you finally caught your off-tempo heartbeat and asked to use my phone. The next thing I heard you say is the last thing I ever heard you say. You told me that your boyfriend was coming to pick you up. Now see, this is why I don't open my door, because I realize that those seconds of silence and everlasting days of first impressions are just the desperate me pleading for something new that will work and cure the quiet abyss that is my heart and soul. But as you leave, I leave that deadbolt unlocked. And I pray, just pray, that in the middle of one cold winter night while I sleep, you come in and you wake me from my quiet insanity, adding me to your daily commute.